Welcome everyone. So, I think you had a good lunch, right? So, but there is a chance that this space subject, while you're going in space, the chances that you may miss out completely. So, I request you be attentively listening to this thing. So, friends, I'm very happy to speak about to be part of this session here. This session is going to, it is like, this particular talk will be taking you to beyond Earth. And we'll be speaking something which you might never heard or might be possible that you have seen it in movies. So my attempt today is to convince every one of you, that life is possible only in space. The conditions on Earth are very difficult in having these. Okay? So I invite the future engineers and scientists here. So I'll be trying to convince you here. And of course, I had my own students in the past who presented their papers in International Space Development Conference in the US. They were as young as 8, 9, 10 years old. Okay? But we require serious work now. Right? So, my talk, it says engineering humanity's future beyond Earth. Okay? As I just now told you, what is the necessities here? What are the challenges? All these things will be discussed. Right, friends? So now, this is the picture of our solar system. This is the family. This is the family photograph of solar system. Medicine. So we have Sun, we have Mercury, then we have Venus, Earth. You see how small Earth is compared to Sun. Your house, my house, your office, my office. Everything is there on that small thing. That small object over there. And as of now, that is the only place where life exists. Other places, science are yet to find. And you can see that beside Mars, beside Earth, that is Mars. How small it is, you see. So our country has sent a mission to Mars sometime back in 2013, exactly 10 years ago. Then that is Jupiter and Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Okay, friends. So compared to Sun, Earth is the only place where life was possible. And some peculiar conditions, life was possible. Of course, I'm not going to speak all those things about it, but today I'm going to only focus on how we're going to solve every problem. Right. So between Earth and Mars, we have asteroid belt. Okay, please listen to these things. Asteroid belt. A lot of asteroids are there. From small to big 4 to 5 kilometers of rocks are there, space rocks. These rocks are rich with a lot of minerals. You have got iron, you got platinum asteroid also. So somebody can go and mine it and bring it and sell it. Nice idea, no? Yeah. So, but are these things seriously done by anyone? Or is it just we are talking? So that is what I am going to explain to you in my talk. So friends, but the problem with this Earth is that only one side is land and two sides is water. And for this one side land, we are fighting with each other. Not only the resources also are very limited. So what is the solution? Space is the solution. So this is the present. Yes, go to the next slide. Yeah, of course. Now I forgot to introduce myself because my friend has just now explained. So whenever there is a satellite launch or whenever something happens from space, so you can see me on TV. Okay? And I've been doing this since last 20 years. So this year we completed 20 years, Planetary Society of India. Okay? So my articles go across the country. One article I write, it goes published in Kashmir, Kanyakumari. So what is special about this thing? There's nothing special about me, but the subject is extraordinary. Okay? So like this, lot of missions, whenever there is anything happens, even now also, I'll immediately there on that. Next. Yes, friends. So let us do one small journey. This is actually what I'm doing is warming up myself to take you to the presentation. So friends, let us see where we are. So instead of school, let us consider our college. So the college is in Hyderabad is in Telangana is in India is on Earth. Okay? Where is Earth? Earth is in solar system. Solar system is in Milky Way galaxy. Milky Way galaxy is local group. Local group is in Virgo supercluster. Virgo supercluster is in Daniatia. Daniatia is observable universe. Okay? So this is what is the structure. So if you again compare observable universe, Daniatia, Virgo supercluster, local group. In local group we have what the 60 galaxies, like our own galaxy. So in the local group 60 galaxies are there. One galaxy is called Milky Way galaxy. In this Milky Way galaxy we have crores of stars. One of the name of one star is called Sun. Okay. Around that sun we have 8 planets. That is the solar system. That solar system we have 8 planets. 8 planets we have Earth. Earth we have India. India we have Asia. Asia we have Telangana. Telangana we have Hyderabad. Hyderabad we have our Rohit college. and we have some people trying to understand the essence of universe. Once I was invited to give I was doing one workshop for Kasturba Gandhi Balikala School some 10 years ago. So I was training and the collector promoted program. So suddenly one day he came, what is Raghunandan is teaching anything or not? What he did? He went to one student and asked, Amma, nee illa ekkada ani adigaru. What he did? Nee illa ekkada. What he did? మొదట అర్థం సార్ యూనివర్స్ అర్థంలో సో ఏం చూడాలి అర్థంలో లాలియేట్లో అవే కలిసిలో విద్య కలిసిలో ఇండియా తెలంగాణ నల్గొండ మండల్ అక్రమ ప్లీజ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేసి Got a plan now? So, what is the correct class? నీళ్ళు ఎక్కడ అని అడిగాడు. ఆ అమ్మాయి ఏం చేసిందండి యూనివర్స్ లో తన నీళ్ళు ఎక్కడ చెప్పింది. సో దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ ఈస్ నీడెడ్ బై డియర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్. We need to understand the expanse of the universe. Okay, now let us go to the next slide. Yeah, right. So normally when we talk about space settlements, see what we are doing is we are actually exploring through this conference. We are actually exploring the engineering challenges of living in space. Actually, this was very important session, I want to say, and I have to thank our OU management, particularly my friend Naveen Garu, and of course supported by ISRO, because now ISRO is doing a lot of missions. So, this is the right time this session has to happen, right? Because scientists are working, but what students have to do, that is very much important. So that's the reason this conference is being held. So when you talk about lunar habitat, we see some pictures like this. Some people working over there, some slides, and you also see the cities on moon, and Earth is rising on moon. Yeah, normally we see sunrise and moonrise. So, but this kind of pictures are in circulation on social media and various places. And if you see here, this is another this thing, and there are some more things which are helpful to human beings. Yeah, friends. So this is the normal picture what we talk about whenever we discuss about space, space, living in space. But my dear friends, I have to tell you, moon is very difficult to live. Because it is very difficult to live because if you breathe the dust of moon, right? Okay, you may die because it is highly charged. The moon's dust is highly charged. So why is that ISRO is sending missions to moon and other places? My presentation will explain you that one. Okay. So basically, moon is one of the most dangerous places. So basically, what we are trying to do is that we are trying to make moon as a base station for going into deep space. Okay, moon is going to be that starting point where I will tell you the reason also why is that. Then what is the solution, sir? Okay, you are saying moon is very difficult to live. What is the next best solution? The next best solution is space settlement. Have you heard about this word anytime? Space settlement? No? Yes? Okay. But keep this in your mind because these are the things which people are going to discuss in coming days. 5 years ago when I was explaining about Lagrange point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, people used to laugh at me. But today everyone is discussing Aditya L1. Isn't it? Okay. So we'll go to this space settlement. So what is space settlement? Friends, space settlement means, these are the colonies in space. So basically they are in this kind of round ring-like structure. Okay. So this concept is in discussion since last 100 years. Many Russian scientists and authors have written a lot of books and a lot of Hollywood movies also have come on this kind of things. So basically this is the structure of a space settlement. Are you seeing this? Inside this, this is the colony. You see all your houses, water bodies, everything is artificial. So this is what is the plan of human beings in distant future. Okay. So for a circular thing. Okay. Sir, is it what is it? Is it really some fiction? No, it's not fiction, my dear friends. Things are started happening, but at a very slower rate. Right. Next slide. Yeah. So this is how it will be, and inside that ring, so it is just like in summer, what happens? It is when it's lot of hot. It is so hot temperatures. What will you do? You come into the room and you put AC, isn't it? And some people even don't venture out also. So this is just like an artificial settlement.
and in the settlement everything is there. And it is so self-reliant, my dear friends, you have to produce your own food also. And your own schools will be there, colleges will be there. Okay, so right now it will be difficult to convince you, but after listening my presentation, maybe you also accept it. But the question is, next slide. Yeah, so where is this colonies? Where are these colonies going to be built, my dear friends? So these colonies will be built somewhere, this is a place called L5, Lagrange point 5. This is the area where the colonies, the future space colonies will be built. Why here, sir? What happens here is, this is like one kind of island. I mean, so what happens is, this is something related to the Earth and Sun's interaction, gravitational interaction. These are the points where, what happens is, if I put this bottle over there, it will just be there just like that. Okay? It's not going to move. It will be locked. If I take this, if I launch this thing or this complete table, if I put it here, it will be stable equilibrium will be there. So what scientists want to do is that, go back to that previous slide, they want to build this kind of colonies. Okay? First they will take the basic structure, then keep on building it. Finally, this will be, where it will be? Go next slide. It will be built over here. Okay, friends? So this is the idea of space settlements, and every year since 1982, since last 40 years, there is a conference in America. The conference is conducted by National Space Society, and the conference name is International Space Development Conference. Okay, so they very seriously discuss all this. Well, if you go to the conference, if you be speaking to some experts, over tea they will be discussing. If you see two experts are discussing, so over tea they will be discussing how they are going to lay the road in the colony at L5. Understood? So now let us go to the thing. So what is the necessity, sir? Okay, colony is nice. We will build the technologies. What is the necessity? Now let us see. What is the problem over here? See, humanity faces a lot of challenges, isn't it? The recent challenge was what? COVID-19. We all struggled. So one small this thing, it is troubling us a lot. And in our university, we have zoology, I think zoology, wildlife zoology. One Srinivasulu sir is there, right? He works on bats. He says, bats are reservoirs of viruses. What are bats? Bats are reservoir of viruses. Only one small one came out and it is troubling us a lot. Imagine all about all those reservoir of viruses our sir is speaking. So that means that life is very delicate on Earth. It is very challenging. Somehow we are able to manage these things, right? So the only solution is space settlement or lunar settlements and all. But moon also is very difficult. Yeah. So what is actually we are discussing what is the necessity. Now if you see Stephen Hawking, what did Stephen Hawking say? The eminent scientist, he said in another 200 years, he has given two timelines, 200 to 1000 years. So you have to vacate Earth in another 200 years, he said. ఈ భూమిని వదిలేసేసి అంతరిక్షంలో వెళ్ళిపోమన్నాడు ఆయన. వెళ్ళి వేరే గ్రహం ఎత్తుకోమన్నాడు. ఎందుకు? Because this is not going to survive. In the sense, actually if you see the United Nations statistics also, we are using more than 1.5 Earth than what Earth can do. No, Earth requires, you are cutting off the trees and you are doing so much kind of destruction. Earth requires some time. Already that tip of point is also gone. We are over consuming our Earth. If you want, you can just Google and check, right? Then will human beings stop this? They will not stop. During Corona, everybody became very, very good. They were protecting and they are looking at it. Now after Corona is gone, again back to pavilion kind of things. They are doing whatever nonsense they have to do. You can see those glasses, plastic, everything. So human beings are not going to change. Is what Stephen Hawking said. He said, vacate Earth in another 200 years to 1000 years. Are you going to do that? My friend is worried. Okay. Then what is the reason, sir? What is the reason? See, we have overpopulation. Then we are depending on natural resources. We have pollution. Already you are seeing in Delhi, you are unable to breathe also properly. And the resources are depleting day by day. And natural calamities. Suddenly, these days cyclones have become very normal. Last year, I think this year we had 10 days holidays. So I think I am trying to convince you enough that, we have to become space engineer. Right? Then ultimate end of Earth. See, actually on Earth we had 5 to 6 mass extinctions. In the sense, 80 to 90% of the species got extinct due to natural reasons. Okay, so that happened last 5 times to 6 times. Already 6th one is underway now. Whereas if you see, the last mass extinction happened because of an asteroid coming and hitting Earth, and all dinosaurs got extinct. Before that, there was another reason. But the present mass extinction is happening because of what? Because of the human development. The so-called human development process, what we have started, what it is doing? It is destroying. Every day, many species are getting extinct permanently for this planet. So one day, हमारा भी number आएगा. Is it not? So before it comes, we have to do something. And friends, already ISRO is doing enough in this global discussion on all this kind of space, living, space life, technologies and all this. So we'll examine all this. So I hope. So now let us see. We have asteroids hitting us. Of course, there is no dangerous asteroid. Anything which means when dinosaurs got extinct, it was 10 kilometer wide. Okay, it came without notice. But today we have enough research with which we can actually spot a planet, spot an asteroid which may destroy the civilization, and we can stop it also. Okay, but still sometimes some surprises will come. Suddenly one chota wala asteroid will come at 300 meters, and it can destroy a city. It will not do a global catastrophe, but it can destroy a city. Fortunately, nothing has happened in the recent past. Okay, then global pandemic. I don't need to tell you about that, right? Already we've seen it. And politics of land and resources. We are fighting for the resources. I don't need to tell you about this also. They are going for petrol, they are occupying the countries because resources are very less. And of course, scarcity of resources also is there, another problem. Even the available resources are very less, and ozone depletion is happening. And crop and lifestyle, there is a possibility that, your food also may be affected with some kind of changes, or the BT and all these things what you are doing, right? So, then wars. Already one war is there. We thought it will be a small war. Since 1 year they are fighting. I don't know why they are fighting, right? So ultimately that is land issue only, is it not? Then world economics shut down. Suddenly world economic also may shut down, and natural calamities. Even sun also can seize our life. You see solar flares from sun. Then climate change, volcanic eruptions. As of now, all the volcanoes are silent. Someday some of them may even erupt. Earthquakes, so friends, hurricanes, floods, tsunami. So what is the solution for all these things? The only solution is science, right? But now science, of course, science and technology, I know particularly the engineers have to play a major role, okay? And also our population also, this is another estimate of the population. Okay, go to the next slide. And friends, we have, if you come to space, if you learn how to utilize space, okay, there are a lot of resources are there in space. You have asteroids, okay? Where you can use it for your extraction of minerals. You have, if you want water, the first question will they ask is, sir, what about water, sir? Water kosame chestunnamo. What about water? Friends, the comets have enough water in them. Actually, there is a theory which says that water on Earth has come because of one such comet came and hit Earth. Okay, when it's being made, then only some water was there. But the additional water, whatever it is there, it has come from a comet. Okay, so your material problem is solved and water problem is also solved, right? Now, and this is the conference I was telling, and you know this fellow, Amazon, Jeff Bezos. So even Elon Musk and all these kind of people, they come to this International Space Development Conference because they know that it is a very serious job over there. It's not just some kind of people meeting and going. So very serious people also attended. So I attended this conference 3 times. Not because I was to present something, my students were to present a paper and poster over there of how to build a colony in space. So I'll introduce you them. Okay, next slide. Yeah, so these are my students. The last time we went was in 2018. So that was the time, it was 2018. It was just, we got Telangana and all these things. So on one side you have Andhra Pradesh, and other side you have Telangana. So I am over here between them. And this is the NASA space shuttle. It has carried 173 humans to space between 1992 to 2011. This vehicle. So if you go to US, you can just even touch the tire of that particular, space shuttle. Of course, our ISRO is building its own space shuttle, reusable launch vehicle. Okay. So then these children are actually they are students of Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya. So they are, they never gone to their district headquarters also, very far. such kind of humble background these children were. You know what these children are doing, friends? What are they doing? They are speaking to the CM of a state. They are explaining to him how a colony can be built at L5. L1, L2, L3, L4, L5 ఉంటుంది సార్. అక్కడ మీ కాలనీ నిర్మిస్తున్నామని చెప్పి ఒక గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్ పిల్లలు ఒక స్టేట్ సీఎంకి చెప్తున్నారు. ఓకే, సో when was this? This was in 2018. Okay, now everybody knows L1 because Aditya L1 is going, right? So when these people are talking about L1 and all, people used to laugh. Of course, you see here some girls, they are explaining that, their presentation also. So yeah, this is their project. You can go to the next slide. So the minority residential schools project was Fusion L5. Okay, Temris Fusion L5 and the Kasturba Gandhi. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. 11 girls were from Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya. 6 students, 3 boys and 3 girls were from minority residential school. Okay, all 8th, 9th, 10th class students. So what did they do? They made their space settlement. So this space settlement is called Vinuvidhi. They named it as Vinuvidhi. Okay, and these fellows they called it as Temris Fusion L5. Okay, before going there, see, are you getting bored, friends? Is it interactive, right? What we'll do is that interesting, I think, right? We'll see one video. We'll see one videos. Means I'm trying to tell you this is a very serious job today. What we are discussing, very serious approach, serious effort has to be. Friends, Chandrayaan 1 was launched in 2008. Okay, Mars Orbiter mission Mangalyaan was launched in 2013. Chandrayaan 2 was in 2019. Chandrayaan 3 2023. Aditya L1 2023. Friends, what happened is that this Chandrayaan 1 mission when it was launched, there was a lot of criticism. Why India is sending mission to moon when other people are struggling and all these kind of things. Friends, because of this particular Chandrayaan 1 mission, the world came to know a new truth that there is water on the surface of moon. Before Chandrayaan 1, the world did not know that there is water on moon. They had evidences. They got some research and all. Only after Chandrayaan 1 it was confirmed. So in this discussion of space settlements, when the question of water is coming, Chandrayaan 1 has proved that there is enough water on moon itself. Okay, so that is our direct role of our India for this particular space settlement mission. Then coming to Mangalyaan, Mars Orbiter mission. See, Elon Musk wants to go and die on Mars. One time I think you heard his interview. If he one day he wants to build a colony over there, he wants to live over there and die there and have to be buried over there. So that's the thing. So our country has sent Mangalyaan mission, which is contributing to the world's knowledge of Mars. Okay, we are not behind, my dear friends. So this is all possible because of the engineers and scientists of our ISRO, right? So if somebody asks you tomorrow, see what is the purpose of sending Chandrayaan and all these things, then you have a proper answer after this session. This is all because if you want someday, if something is going to happen on Earth, you can go into live in space, and all this research is going to help you. Now, Chandrayaan 2, of course, there were a lot of technological advancements. Still the data, Chandrayaan 1's orbiter is still working. It is also giving a lot of information. Then Chandrayaan 3, and of course, now everybody is behind India. Now, because nobody has gone to southern pole of moon, and the information what our country has collected, that is going to help the future scientists, and it may take another 10 years to understand what it has found. Okay, the research what has been done by ISRO, the information, and friends, you only know that only one soft landing has happened. Actually, it was 2 soft landing. Do you know this? So second soft landing was it did one hop experiment, means it lifted from its place. So friends, so you see this Chandrayaan 3, we have done that, and Aditya L1. Just now I was explaining about L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, right? So our country is already going on 6th of January, or I think Sir has to correct me, it is on 7th of January. This Aditya L1 is going to reach L1 point. So what does this mean? In future, if people start building colonies at L5, even ISRO also will be doing that work. We are not behind them, right? All these things which were understood to be fiction is being done by space agencies, and India is also in this one. Yes. So friends, of course you know that India, this year this was a big achievement. You know how it was launched, how it went around, and I'm not going to, sir. Yeah, see, one soft landing is what we saw on 23rd of August, right? Then it was working, it worked for some 14 days. So at the fag end of, when the mission was to end, what our scientists have done is that this lander was standing, right? So what he did is that already when after the first day itself, they deputed one after that all the payloads, okay, experiment, they conducted the data from one location. Then I think in the last day or somewhere like 4 days before, it was to be lunar night. What our ISRO has done is that they have done something called hop experiment. Hop in the sense, this lander collected all the instruments and folded it to themselves. Then it lifted some 40 centimeter up and went to some 40 centimeter forward and landed. So after landing, what they did, immediately all those instruments were deployed and data was collected. So now we have two sets of data, not the one, actually one and this one also. So these kind of things nobody has done. And by doing this, what happened is that our country has proved that tomorrow, if India wants to do a sample return mission, we can do it. We can land, we can lift, and again we can come back. Not only that, we have to thank ISRO. See, this propulsion module, which is actually, that's the reason I said that I will not speak about it. But that is the very important achievement of this year. This propulsion module, actually, basically, its job was to put this into Earth, Moon's orbit, and be there. So what happened is that scientists had extra fuel in that. So what they did is that after putting that one, ISRO told us that for many months it is going to work. My dear friends, what ISRO has done, that propulsion module on 14th of July, it was put into Earth orbit here, right? It took this Chandrayaan-3 around Earth, then it traveled and it went all the way to Moon and got into orbit of Moon. Then first it was 5,000 kilometers, 4,000, 1,000, 100, and it left that Chandrayaan-3 Vikram lander and rover into the orbit. Then it landed. That was the job. It was the job of propulsion modules to leave it. But my friends, what this our ISRO has done is that the propulsion module, they again made it go around, increase the orbit, exit the orbit of Moon, travel back to Earth, and now it is in Earth orbit. This information is not known to many. So please clap for this kind of achievement of our ISRO. This is a great thing. And one thing out of context, I have to tell you that when America and Russia they tried to go to Moon, when they wanted to send a mission to Moon, they failed at least 14 times. They were going to Moon. What is happening? Either it is too fast, it is going away, or too slow, it is going and crashing. But my dear friends, when India has attempted Chandrayaan-1, in first go we have done it in Moon's orbit, second, third times. So that means what? India's Moon missions are the safest mission if you want to go to Moon. Because other fellows have failed many times, right? So I think this kind of confidence, when you hear these all things, these are all possible because of the Indian mind, right? Yeah. So this is Chandrayaan-3, and already we have done a lot of achievements, and as I told you, it will take a lot of time to understand the the data which collected by ISRO. It is being shared across the world. A lot of research, a lot of development, a lot of new things will be understood by the world. Of course, Aditya L1, and even our country is attempting Gaganyaan mission also. Gaganyaan means so far we did understanding of Moon, Mars, and other things. Not only that, now our country wants to send three astronauts into Earth orbit. Okay, so that means that not only Earth orbit, even may go to Moon also one day. Okay, so this kind of preparation work is going on, but unfortunately, what is happening is that all these things are not coming to students, particularly school students. I may say that, and also I want engineering students to speak about all these things. Okay, you should go to the nearest school, nearest thing, and encourage children and tell them, say that our country is doing great, right? And you can come forward to start a startup or companies and so on other things. Can we do this? We should do it, right? When such a thing are happening in our country, we should also play a major role. Yes, next slide. So friends, talking about Aditya L1, because my discussion is about space settlement so far. So you see this, it was launched on 2nd of September. It went around Earth, okay, and one day it actually, can you see this here? Earth SOI, it's called sphere of influence, okay. Sphere of influence in the sense, this is somewhere like 9.2 lakh kilometers. Any object is there in that 9.2, it will be pulled down, or the Earth has its influence on it. So the first challenge of our scientists was to cross this SOI. What is happening is that these things are not reported in the newspapers or news channels. Of course, ISRO is sharing all this information. So the first target was to cross this 9.5 lakh kilometers where Earth had the influence on that object. the spacecraft. Now after doing this, now the cruise phase is going on, and finally, my dear friends, somewhere here on January 6th or 7th, in the new year, we are going to celebrate this one. Our mission has traveled somewhere like 15 lakh kilometers from Earth. Okay, and after going there, it will be circling this L1 point. Okay, actually ISRO had the capability to send a mission to L5 also. They planned for L1, L5, but of course sometimes budget and so many other factors come into the picture. And this Aditya L1 was discussed in 2008. They planned it in 2008 and executed it so many years, my dear friends. They spent their life. It's not just easy like something went off. And what is the proof, sir? See, in 2008 onwards, I started speaking on space missions. Now January 1st, it will be PSLV C58. So the first time I talked in the media was in PSLV C11. That was in 22nd October 2008. So since 2008, last 47. What is 58 minus 11? 47 missions. Almost all 47 missions I have spoken. And there's a possibility that nobody has seen me before. Is it right? Many have seen me first time. So I am that invisible person, but doing my job. Okay, come on. So friends, this is the thing which I was telling you. 9.2 lakh kilometers is where the Earth's influence acts. So our country has succeeded this also, right? Next. And of course, I'm just giving you an example of from the Mars orbiter mission. Okay. Actually, Prakash Chavan sir is an excellent, he can excellently speak on this Mangalyaan mission for many hours. Okay, because he has significant contribution to that mission, right? So this is how in the Mars mission it has been done. Next slide. Yes, friends, see here. So where are we? What are we focusing from Earth? We have sent this Aditya L1, and this is the place from where it will be observing Sun. Okay, for at least for 5 years or many years. And you see here, this is L2. This is the place where this particular JSW, James Webb Space Telescope is there now. That was kept here. Because why? Because it will be in the shadow of Earth. Okay, it requires cold temperatures. So it is here. So already L1, L2, L3, L4, L5 are in the discussion in fiction books. Okay, now that is being done by scientists actively. So now our country also is going to this L1. This well of gravity is there around us. So మనం కూడా నూతిలో ఉంటారు కదా. సో ఈ well లో ఉన్నాం. సో ఈ well ని మనం వదిలి వెళ్ళాలి అంటే we need very powerful rockets and other things, and we need to go to this. Okay, right. So then what happens is that if you can build a station on moon, the moon, Matt Damon, he made this Mars movie,
Hair product, roasted.
Just push it.
No, thank you.
No, go back. So in 2001/4, this is the situation of our Earth. Everything has destroyed, everybody killed each other. And what happens is that poor people live on Earth, rich people will live on space settlement. So this movie is about that. So what are the facilities over there? You can just see this. Humanity is divided between two worlds. So that is the space construct. Just go there. I just wanted to show you. So this is the, I showed you in my presentation. So this is the place where all those people, rich people will go and live over there. Okay. So there are facilities over there in such a way that in this movie the hero gets affected with high radioactivity, this thing. So if he has to live, he has to go to this colony, because in the colony there is a scanner. If you just go there, it will clear all your cancer. Okay, so that is the story of this movie. So you can watch it on Monday, because Sunday you have to come here again, right? Yeah, please. So that is the colony you can see. Oh. So friends, of course you please come back. So this movie you can see. So this is what is going to be the future of our humanity. So this movie takes you over there. Next slide. So like that, there are many movies which have come, and many Russian authors have written a lot of books. Not now. Some 50 years you can just see all these ideas being discussed. these Lagrange points and all these things they discussed in many years. Now ISRO is going and many people are going. Of course, you also have to go one day. Yes. So friends, now I am just trying to demonstrate if this is really possible, sir. Okay, you have showed us so many things, sir. Is it really possible? So let us see my students' project, which they submitted to NASA, and because of which they got invitation to visit them. Okay, let us see that. So this colony, which is called Vinividhi, everything is there in it. The students have worked on many things. Okay, first I will of course explain you the dimensions of the things. There is good environment, there is agriculture, there is education. Syllabus also has been decided by our students actually. Which syllabus it should be there, how many people should be there. If it was the colony for 5,000 people. How many men and how many women, whether old people should be there or not, whether employment should be given or not, and how much food, because it's a self-reliant colony. So how much land has to be created, what kind of crops have to be grown, so everything. So all those things are there, and of course protection from asteroids, because one of our challenge was asteroid hitting Earth and destroying life, isn't it? So even that protection is there, industries are there, waste management is there, transportation is there. So my dear friends, I am selling you the space settlement. Please build it for us. Okay? Yeah. So even space policy is also there in that, because wherever you go, we fight, right? Next. Yeah, see children. So see students, this is Vyomagraha. Our first project was called Vyomagraha. Then the next project was, I went 3 times to US for this thing. I just went as a mentor. Okay? So it is because of my students I could go there. And if anybody is interested, you can also present a paper for this next conference. Every year it is conducted in the month of May. Okay? So if whatever help is possible, you can contact Naveen sir and me and other professors. Okay? So but you need to think hypothetically. Okay? That's future possibility. Right. Next. So friends, then sir, is it really possible? What is this was a colony for 5,000 people, sir. Right. So you can see what is the volume of the torus, the sphere, what is its diameter, okay, then the cylindrical shape, and not only that, height of each structure. You all are engineers, right? So you can understand what is the height of each structure, and this is very important, friends, the timeline. So we will be building our colony in 60 years. Okay? With the hypothetical colony which we wanted to build. So everything these all were prepared by students. My role is nothing. These all are 8th, 9th, 10th class guys, boys and girls, right? So you can also make it more better, right? Yes. Yes. So how do you construct it? First we will have this cylindrical thing, then we send this sphere kind of thing, and the sphere, this, and finally your colony is ready. But it will take 60 years. Okay? So, right. So the question is, sir, why should we construct, sir? Why we can save Earth now? Many people are saying that. Yes, we can save Earth, but the thing is that problem with human beings. They keep on fighting, they destroy everything, they make it unlivable. Earth is trying, but humans are destroying it. So better is that you go to space, build these colonies. Because the big thing is that there is enough space in space, children. Enough space in space. Lot of space is there. On Earth only 1/3 is there, but here lot of space is there, lot of resources is there. Only thing required is engineering. Engineering beyond Earth. That was my title. Right. Yes. Next. And of course, you see, I could explain all these things, this construct. See, very meticulously we planned, and even government school students. See, private school students, they are doing is a easy thing. But those government school students, those Kasturba students, those primary children, they explained all these things. Okay? So I was their coach, and I was just behind them, and they did all these things. Okay, this is another project. Yes. So moon is stepping stone, of course you know that. What is the present scenario? Okay, sir, you have talked enough. Of course your time is running up. Other speaker also has to come. What is the present scenario? Go back. Is it really, sir? Are you saying whatever you are saying is true? Is it really going to possible? Yes, let us see. Friends, in 2025, American government has passed this bill called US Commercial Space Launch Competitive Act. This act, it gives the permission to American companies to go to asteroids, mine it, and bring it and sell it on Earth. See, Americans have given permission to American companies to do mining on, not your in India, in Kadapa, we discuss about mining issues, right? But Obalapuram minings and other things. So here people are discussing about, American government is discussing about mining of asteroids, my dear friends. Getting them and selling it on Earth. Because, iron and steel has become very costly on Earth. So go to an asteroid with hydrogen and steel, bring it, seal it on Earth. So, but the thing is that there are some international problems are there, some regulation issue is there. So my thing is that I'm telling you these things are happening in reality. Only thing is that we were not aware, right? Go to the next slide. And next slide. And not only that, when Trump came, he passed another executive order. It is called Artemis Accord. What is it called? Artemis Accord. So this Artemis Accord, in which already 26 nations have signed it. So now they are going to go to moon as part of Artemis mission. They are going to build habitat. The first slide what I showed you, that is they are planning to do by 2030. By 2030, Americans want to build permanent structures so that, because in Apollo mission when they went, they went in daytime. So permanent structure they want to build. In this already 26 nations have signed. When Narendra Modi ji, our Prime Minister, went to US in June, he was made to sign. Next slide. He was made to sign the Artemis Accord, saying that because America wants India to be its partner. Okay. So now 27 nations are thinking of building permanent habitats on moon. And on one side is America and 26 countries. On the other side is China and Russia. Okay. So India has signed this. It's not compulsory. It's non-binding agreement. So India can work with Chinese and Russians, and also we can work with Americans also. That is the advantage position we have. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, then in this thing on 17th October something happened, my friends. What happened? Let us see. 17th of October, Planetary Society of India, my organization, it's completed 20 years. What happened? We completed 20 years. I am the founder of this organization. So when I started, I was 23. So now 20 years are completed. Right. So why this date is important? 17. Let's go back. Why this date is important is, my dear friends. Go to the next slide. On 17th of October, I thought, 20 years we have worked. What more I will do? Okay. Like cricketers retire from when they are in good form. I thought let me also retire. I told our Navin sir also, sir, when I am going to retire, I am going to become invisible because this media, everything has become a lot of things. But you know what happened, my dear friends? On 17th of October, it is a very important day. Go back to the previous slide. It is such an important day is because, next slide, on the day, Chairman ISRO and some scientists went and met Narendra Modi ji. They discussed about, of course, they discussed about Chandrayaan-3's achievements and other things. On that day, Government of India has given, one statement in which the Prime Minister has, declared that by 2025, astronauts will go to space, Indian astronauts will go to space, and we'll be doing Mangalyaan 2, Shukrayaan missions, Chandrayaan 4 missions, okay, and by 2035, India will build its own space station. India will build its own space station by 2035, and not only that, by 2040, Indian astronauts will land on the surface of Moon. Okay, so this was the declaration. That statement was given by our Prime Minister on 17th of October, the day when I wanted to retire, saying that enough is enough, both ho gaya space sciences. But now the problem now is that I have to work for another 17 years. For next 17 years, I will be speaking on TV, explaining about all these things. So maybe that will be the right time to retire also. I'll be 60 years in 2040. I'll be 60 years in 2040. That means you can calculate my age also. Somebody is doing it. Okay. So the day when I want to retire, that day people will be landing on the moon and bringing those things, samples and other things. So we have a very big job. So friends, I request every one of you to join us, be part of our activities. The initiative taken by the university, as it's the right time they have taken it, because future of our human being is in space. Okay, next. And this is the plan. This was the latest thing. How serious is ISRO? See, ISRO's chairman has given this plan. I just told you that by 2040, Prime Minister has made a statement. But you see, what is the planning of ISRO scientists? How they are planning to do this by 2040 and by 2047. They added another 7 years to that one. Okay, so friends, all these missions will be there. I request you to be in that one. Then, sir, is there anything I can do? Is there anything I as a student can do? Yeah. So we have a call for action because my abstract says that, friends, there are various space settlement and lunar planetary missions across the world. So you please attend them. You at least send a poster. Okay, if it is accepted, they get invitation and you can go and explore all those things. And any help you require for that, definitely I will be assisting you. Anywhere, anything like, I can explain you. Not only that, we have Srinivas here. Okay, so now this is respond basket. So this is the opportunity. See, a lot of people I see is that they go for asking for internship in ISRO, right? Are you? Yeah. So they ask for internship. Actually, what you can do is that engineering colleges can propose a project to ISRO. One HOD can propose a project, and students can work under him. So that is the opportunity from this one. This is for in India. This is where outside, if you want to propose, want to write a paper, want to present a paper in a conference, definitely.